you feel like you'd want to really get into the meat of the matter, you can join our Telegram group. Actually, I'll also drop my email address as well. I forgot to do that. If Nakaya could do that for me, that would be great. You feel like you'd want. There we go. All right. Okay. So I did take a quick peek and I see that things are looking really exciting today. So the first thing that we need to do is check the news. So we're going to go to forexfactory.com and we see that there are a lot of different colors going on. And the way it's broken down is yellow is low impact, so that's really not an issue. Orange is medium impact, and red is high impact expected. So when we have a red folder, whatever that currency is, we're not going to take that trade, period. Okay? We're not going to do any trades that has that currency. So today is Wednesday, November the 3rd. And whatever time you see here, that's the time that that impact is going to be happening. So we see that at 8:15 a.m. today, the US dollar had a red folder. So anyone that was trading at that time, they should know to stay away. I mean, there are some people who actually trade the news, but for our purposes, we don't do that. Okay. We're doing what you call binary options. It's a time-based style of trading, and we're in and out. We're scalpers. So any kind of news event can negatively impact our trade idea. So we stay away from the news. Right now it's after 11. So at 10:30 there was an orange folder, medium impact. At noon there will be an orange folder on the Great Britain pound. So since the US dollar has been so exciting this morning, I will not be looking at the US dollar, period. Okay. I'm
And
just
for those of you wondering, she is in Eastern Standard Time in case you're concerned about the times. It's not
oh,
making sense.
okay, right. Yes. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
So once we've looked at the news, so we know what we're not going to trade, now we want to look at the currency strength so we can see what we are going to trade. So you can go to livecharts.co.uk, and here we have the currency strength meter. And if you can count, you can look at this and see what's going on. Hold on, let's see. Okay. Thank you, Nakaya. So we can see the strengths in terms of bars. So right now, GBP has the most bars, so it's the strongest currency. AUD and JPY, they are the weakest of the currencies right now. When you're using livecharts.co.uk, you constantly need to refresh to have the most up-to-date view of what things are looking like. So to combat that, I actually like to use Finviz, which is just another site. This one gives you the volume. I really like it. Once you come here, you hit Forex, and I look at this bar at the bottom here, and it goes from the strongest being all the way to the left. And remember, we saw that GBP was the strongest, and all the way to the right, we have the weakest being the Canadian dollar right now in terms of volume. So when the base or the first currency is stronger than the quote or second currency, we're going to look for buys. And did you notice that the euro and the US dollar just did a little musical chairs? They just swapped places just now. So that's why I like Finbiz, because it updates in real time. No need for me to refresh the screen to have the most current happening, right? So looking at this, I like to look for currency pairings that have the greatest divide. So I'd look at, say, GBP, JPY, because they're far apart. And since GBP is the first currency, that's going to be the base. And remember, I said when the base is stronger than the second currency or quote, we're looking for buys, which means we're looking for bullish or buys or price going up, right? The sentiment is that the market is trending upwards when we see that. And so I will look at GBP, JPY for a buy, and I'm going to look at is there AUD NZD? I'm going to look at AUD NZD for a bearish move for a sell, because here the base or the first currency is further to the right than the second, right? So when the base is stronger than the quote, we look for buys or bullish. When the base is weaker than the quote, as in AUD, NZD, we look for sells. Does anybody have any questions? Did I confuse anybody with that? Or we're all on the same page right now? Okay. So let me move on to helping you set up a broker so that as I analyze the market and Ty analyzes the market as well, you'll be able to participate if you choose to do so. So you don't have to feel left out. We'll give you some monopoly money to play with. So there are quite a few different brokers that you can use for binary options. And we're not affiliated with any broker, so I can't tell you, oh, use this one, use that one. But for the purposes of this call, I'm going to show you how to set up a pocket option account, just because it gives you a free demo account. All right. So we're going to go to pocketoption.com. And let me log out. Okay. Homepage. So that's what you should see. Let me copy this and drop it in the chat so you can grab that paste.
I don't know if y'all can hear that. That's my dog getting some water.
All right. So I copied and pasted that so you can grab that, right? So pocket option, if you have Facebook or a Google account, you can use either one of those to register, to log in, right? But I would not recommend using Facebook or Google if you want to make this your permanent account going forward, if you'd want to fund it with your real dollars. And I just say that because, remember the other day there was this lockout. Facebook was uh it was down for like an entire day. So you never know. You want to have that kind of stuff. It's your money in your own hands. So if it's just for demo purposes, sure, you can do that. Otherwise, just use your email and create a password and just sign up, right? And that's under registration. So I'll give it a few moments for you to get that done. Once you have your broker set up, let me know. It's just as simple as doing email and creating a password. right? And I'm not a robot. Let me check that.
Hmm.
All right, so here we are. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Demo. There we go. All right. Yes, Nakaya, that's right. Bullish is up, bearish is down. And you see, we have the arrows here. So if it's a bullish idea, we want price to go up. So we'd press that up arrow. When I hover over it, you see that green arrow right there by the blue dot. If it's bearish, we think it's going to go down. When I hover over it, you see that red arrow by the blue dot. That blue dot represents price, right? So when you first log in, it's going to look like this. Ahmed, did you create your account or are you just watching for
Right
now?
now, I'm watching because I don't know how to minimize the screen to
Okay.
open up something else.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Well, I'm streaming it on my YouTube channel, Alethea B. So you can always go back and watch it later.
Okay, could
And
you
try. Hmm? What was that?
could you show me how that's spelled so I could sign up for your YouTube channel?
I'll type it in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Okay. All right. So when you log in first, it's going to have these green and red candles. And let's X that out. You may have it on stocks. I think when you first log in, it's on stocks. So you would come here right beside where you see the box saying trading. You'll have this box which will have some form of stock, I imagine. You click on that box and you can select it's currencies, cryptocurrency, commodities, stocks. So you're going to select currencies. So we're trading currencies here, right? And then the next thing that I like to do is select A to Z. Right now it's on percentage. So it goes from what's paying out the highest percentage all the way to the lowest. But that doesn't help me when I need to quickly find a currency pairing. So I change it to alphabetical A to Z, right? So that if I have to look for something, it will be that much easier, right?
And I'm putting that is the link for the Alethea B channel, so that you can follow her if you want to see how to set up your trading account and see this session over again. And she is also the Twitter holic on YouTube, so you can follow her there as well. I'll put that link in a little bit later.
Thank you, Madam.
You're
So
welcome.
once you have this selected, you click outside the box, right? Now, I personally like to have, instead of candles, have the line chart. So I would select right here beside where we have the currency or stock, there are candlesticks here with M1. You select that box and I'm going to select line. And then I'm going to toggle this to the right to show area. And I click outside. So now we have a nice little area to work with. And the blue dot represents price. So, price is constantly moving. Now, when it comes to taking a trade on this call, on this session, there are a couple of things you would be listening for. You'd be listening for the time frame. I'll go ahead and say it right now. When I'm using this broker, I'm always doing 5 minutes for my trades. Unless I'm taking a signal from Ty, then I'll drop it to 1 minute. She does a different technique than I do for analyzing the market. So you're going to listen for the time, right? You're going to listen for the currency pair. You're going to listen for the strike price. So right now it's at 1.15791. Now we're not going to call out all those numbers. We're just going to say the last three numbers. So you just, if I say 781 bullish idea, that means I think price is going up, right? So you would go 781 or a lower number. When you think price is going up, you want to do 781 or lower, right? Now, on the flip side, if we think it's going to be bearish or going down, it would be 786 or higher. You want to get in as high as possible when price is going down. You want to get in as low as possible when price is going up, right? And the last thing, you want to listen to whether or not it's bullish or bearish. So 4 things: the time, the strike price, the currency pair, and whether it's a bullish or bearish idea. So earlier, I had looked to see what we were going to trade, and I had said GBP, JPY for a bullish idea. So what I have to do after that is I need to go to tradingview.com.
I'm sorry, if you can get a pullback to GBP CAD 671, take it for a bullish idea. I just took it at 672, but and I'm in profit.
Huh?
GBP CAD 671 or lower, but it's probably I just cleared it, and I don't know if it's I just cleared it, and it might be turning into a bad idea. I don't like how that stochastic is looking right now. Never mind. Never mind. I'll look for another one, you guys.
Well, I got in anyway. So she said 671 for a bullish idea. Right now, the strike price is at 667. I actually got in at 662.
Awesome. You're in profit.
Well, I was. So all that need to happen is for the blue dot to be above the green line by the time we get to expiration, which is this line right here. So that's how we enter a trade. We just need to stay there. It didn't cooperate this time. But
that price is way off from mine. Okay. That price is way off from my broker. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So that's how
excuse me, guys.
Which I did want to show. So that's how you do it. I just risked $1. It didn't pan out though, but I got in late. So time is of the essence too. So you want to be on the ball. You want to be ready, right? So to analyze the market, you go to tradingview.com. And this is a free site. Anybody can sign up for an account here. And if you have a Google, again, you can just use Google to log in, and you don't have to be concerned about the same things I was concerned about with the other site, because there's no money being exchanged here, right? So you can just log in with that. And there is a paid version, but it's free to sign up. The paid version is just going to give you additional options. And as you become a more seasoned trader, you may decide that you want to take advantage of that, right? So I said GBP, JPY, I would want to look at for a bullish idea. GBP, JPY. I select that. All right, perfect. So Let's see. All right. Bullish idea means going up copperhead. Bullish or the green button to go up.
Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. And you can come off of mute to ask questions if you need to. I don't have the Zoom screen up because I'm analyzing the charts on this computer and my other computer. But yeah, we're not ignoring you if we don't see the question. We're looking at our charts.
All right, so I'm enrolled in IM Master Academy, so I have access to this software called Hourglass. I'm going to look at the market trap strategy, and I will go to GBP, JPY, and this is just for me to confirm what I believe I see. So I think I want price to come down here. Let me go look again. Yeah, I want to see price pull back here to 525 for me to go to the north side. Sorry. Let's see, where else could I feel comfortable getting in? Right here, but it's already below it, so it's already come below it.
And right now, I'm keeping my eye on GBP CAD for bullish ideas. I'm just waiting for the stochastic to cross up, and then I can call out some more trade ideas if that happens before the session is over.
Can you repeat that GBP JPY one? You said 525.
Right.
Okay. Ways away. All right.
It is. But that's the ideal entry from what Jesus. Sorry.
It's okay. And that's something that you'll understand, that patience is also the name of this game. Even though we both trade in different styles, Alethea marks up her charts, so she knows the entry point that she's looking for, or for sure a range that she's looking for before she enters the market. What I have to wait for is the correct setup for my trade. So we both have to exercise patience, but for me, once I have my setup, I can typically take about 3, 4, 5, sometimes 7 on a really good day trades in a row. But we have to wait for different things. And so, but once we have it, it generally goes in our favor after we analyze the market.
Yeah. Sorry. Right now, so since I know that I'm waiting on this for GBP JPY, I would come here and I would find GBP JPY alphabetical. So I come, I select it, and you're only going to risk 1% of your account. For those of you who have a demo with $1,000, 1% of $1,000 is $10. So you would go to the amount section and you would select $10. You can either select it or you can type it out. And then it would be a waiting game. Let's see, it came down to what? It came down to 695. Sorry.
How do we change the time on there?
Okay, where you see M1. Oh, thank you for reminding me. You select and you would select M5. So M5 for my trade, M1, or you're doing 2 minutes now, Ty, for your trades, right?
I was thinking about it for this call, but I still, in real life, I do 1 minute for my trades. I was thinking about doing 2 minutes just so that it would give people a better opportunity to get in.
Mm-hmm.
But I still prefer actually 1 minute, and there's a lot of movement within a 5 minute candle. So I think that we can still, catch an entry in that 1 minute time frame.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
for asking, because that, again, there's a lot, since this is an educational call, there is a lot that you have to keep in mind when you're trading like this. And so again, Letha and I were both trading binary options, meaning that, like she said, we're scalping the market. We're not, waiting for a day to see if we clear a trade, or even hours. We're going in somewhere between 1 to 5 minutes to get our money. But because we trade in different styles, we do have to be mindful of resetting our time, and sometimes resetting the amount that we're trading. Or if we know that, hey, I typically don't trade news, but this looks like a really good setup on this orange folder, then we need to reduce our risk. So it's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind on your broker, regardless of what broker that you use. And so Alethea, for this call, she uses pocket option, and she typically does 5 minute trades with her style of trading. But when she's in her real broker, she's probably trading 3 to 4 minutes. So a lot of things that you have to keep in mind. But I'm actually glad that you brought that up. So you want to be sure that your trade is set up the right way before you hit that button.
Right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. So since I just did the analysis for a buy, and I say I want it to come here for me to get in, 525 for me to get in. Now I will look at AUD NZD. I want to show an example of a buy and an example of a sell, a bearish idea. Sorry, bearish for price going down. So I'm going to look at AUD NZD, AUD being on the right as the stronger one. That means price is going to go down. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to type in AUD, NZD. I always select the Owanda version because that has the closest matching of price. And we see it's definitely a downtrend, right?
And when you say closest matching price, Alethea, closest matching to
the actual price in the broker. All right, and we sell the floor of a downtrend. So here, so that's the floor. It broke down, and it has kept on coming, touching. Let's see if it will come back up here to 176 for an entry. Let me go down to the 5 minute. Yeah, this is a lot of consolidation, kind of like consolidation going on here. So it would be nice if it could break out of this actually. So I'm not feeling this movement.
Yeah.
But I'll just set an alarm here. But its price has come here so many times already. Okay. Let me look at something else. And that's another part of it, you just have to keep searching until you find the setup. So next I will look at GBP AUD. That's what you were looking at, right?
I was looking at CAD, but now I'm not. Now the lines are completely out of order, so I'm not now. So I'm looking for something else.
Okay. All right, so we're looking for a buy, bullish idea. Sorry. I have to get more familiar with the right term. 5 minute. Price comes to 912 or lower. Sorry. Hold on. Let me just check over here. Okay, so it's almost here. So not 912. I would say 835 or lower for bullish idea or to go up. So right now we have a bullish candle. So we need a bearish candle to come take us down here for me to enter. And I'm sorry. Sorry about this. Ever since I updated uh my Mac, it's been acting like this, acting brand new. So yeah. $845 or lower for GBP AUD. So what do we have going? AUD NZD 176 or higher. GBP JPY. I wanted it to come to 525 or lower. But the market doesn't seem to be moving that much. And right now, because what I've noticed is that whenever there's news on the US dollar, it affects everything. So if I wasn't doing this session, like we have this commitment to be on here at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. If we weren't going to be here, I would not be bothering to try to look for any entries right now because of all that colorful stuff we saw when we looked at Forex Factory. I would just be like, okay, no, I'll revisit in an hour or two, or I would look and see when's clear, and maybe I'd wait 2 hours because a red folder has a longer lasting impact. I mean, the effect is immediate. However, it's lingering in the market. So I would just wait. But it would have been nice if we could have gotten into something. Let's see. Nope. Because on the 15, it's going this way. We need it to come down. Definitely needed to come down. Anybody
But
have
that's, oh,
questions?
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go
I was
ahead.
just going to say that's part of the education as well. That's part of something that we have to do. We'd love to be able to just have our schedules fixed, and we know we're going to go, and I have it planned that I'm going to trade at 8 o'clock in the morning, but sometimes the market is not giving you what you need. So that's, again, kind of comes with patience and risk management. When it's not giving what you need, then don't trade. You don't want to lose your money just because you want to push buttons or just because you think it's time to trade. Sometimes the market will tell you that it's not time to trade. And this is kind of just one of those times that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm. So the way things are looking right now, when we're in an uptrend, you want to buy the ceiling. So it's either GJ needs to come down here so I can buy this ceiling, or it needs to break above this roof. Sorry, because it's a ceiling over here. It needs to break through, and I would take it on the retest at 843. But right now it's like in limbo, right in this area. So it either needs to pull back or it needs to break above. And that's just, it's just what I need. It's what I need. On the 5-minute, here's a mini feeling right here on the 5-minute. So if you're adventurous, you could reduce the risk. If your finger is just itching to do something, you could say you're risking 1% per trade. You could drop it to 0.5% and try 740 for those who, yeah, but
I'm not one of those.
all right, let's see what else. All right, Forex. What else can we look at? AUD CHF. Let me look at AUD CHF for a bearish idea. I'm trying. Okay, so NBC bearish, definitely. So when it's a bearish idea, we're looking at the floor. So this floor is in play right now. So on the 15-minute, more consolidation. The market isn't moving. Market isn't moving, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So let's see. This is another floor. So if you want to do an entry here, 795 or higher. Take care, Jamel.
See, Jamel.
795 or higher for the south side. A bearish idea. AUD CHF. That's the closest thing we have right now. If it comes to 778, I'm going to go in for $5. Reduce my risk by half. Oop. Okay. It didn't quite go to 775. When I got in, because why I got in, this is the floor touching the body, but the wick is here. So I took a wick entry. And I'm in for 5 minutes. So now I just need to wait.
Looks like a very good entry.
It does look great. So the reason that I'm in for 5 minutes is that I can't buy myself more time if need be. There are other brokers that you can buy yourself some time. So with those other brokers, I typically will do 3 or 4 minutes for an entry. But yeah. Did anybody get in?
If I'm in for $1, is that in? I took the 774 and cleared it.
Okay. All right. So Ty had a complete reaction. Yeah. So I think this is my expiration all the way over here. And I'm so deep in profit, I can't even see.
Right.
Fine. Wow. That's amazing.
So yeah, took a really great entry there.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, that's good. Nobody else got in?
Okay, Copperhead got in.
Okay, awesome.
And the only reason that I already cleared it was because, like I just talked about, I didn't change my time because I'm looking for my my DeLorean entries.
Yeah. Thank you, Nisi. You didn't get in?
I didn't see Nisi's message. I guess it went to you. I didn't see it.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes when you send a message, it goes direct message by accident.
Yes, I know. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Especially when it goes to some person you don't even know.
I know, right?
And you're like, hey, Brian, I got in. Brian's like, I don't care. Like,
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you said it's going to be the last 3 digits on the strike price?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to check in my hotel. Oh, my bad.
Oh, no, you're fine. And so, because you said a number, but it wasn't on that number. So what you were saying is that if it's that number or higher, we're going to do a bullish.
Bearish.
That's bearish for this one.
So
Mhm.
the entry that I called out was 778.
Uh-huh.
However, I got in a little bit. I think I got in at 775 or something
Mhm.
like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there were two options. So there was the candle body and the candle wick.
Uh-huh.
So I dropped it down from the $10 for having $1,000 here. So
Uh-huh.
I reduced that to $5 just in case. When you have the itch, you still feel like you want to get in. So
Uh-huh.
I dropped it down. I dropped down my risk to $5, so half of the 1%. And I entered here. Look at that. See that 5 minutes. That's what happens. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, and
Not,
that is not typically what we do. Again,
Yeah.
not,
because this particular broker doesn't have a feature called rollover that
Mhm.
allows you to extend the time of your trade. She
Right.
always, in this broker, she'll go
so
for
what's
a
happening? Did
trade.
it,
Brian, could you mute yourself if you're talking to somebody else?
He's on mute.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But you saw the concept anyway. And I explained why I was in for that long of a time. So
Right.
yeah. But that was a perfect analysis. Perfect. And now it's come to the other area. So that's another entry actually. Uh so I would enter here. Okay, I missed it. 795 or higher was the other entry. So I just got in, but I got in at 790. I was trying to get in here, but it it played me. But yeah,
It happens.
yeah. So that's how you do the analysis. So I did one, so now I'm in the another one. Uh I'm in for 5 minutes and we're gonna see. I anticipated coming back down. Yes, so- Or not. The stochastic is looking jacked up.
Yeah, this is a really weird time to trade right now.
Yeah. But here we are.
Well, what time do you suggest we start trading? As soon as the market open?
No, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's trading is fine around the clock. It's just that remember I said that there was the news, the red folders, and if I wasn't doing this call, I wouldn't be trading now. But we're in profit. See, it's it's dropped back down.
Mhm.
We're in profit right now. It's dropped down. Here we have it. But there are some key times to trade. Uh, the Sydney market, where you doing Australian pairs, it's from 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Tokyo market with the Japanese yen is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The London market is at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12 noon. And the New York market is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there are certain times that certain pairs work better. And I would say, from what I've seen personally, the best time to trade is I love to be in the market at like 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's the most volume around from 3 a.m. to about 10 a.m.
Mhm.
Eastern Standard Time when you're trading. So yeah. So
Yeah.
here we are again, deep in profits. Uh, the other trade, even though I did not complete it ultimately because I'm in for 5 minutes, I typically don't do 5 minutes when I'm trading for myself. So that would have been a clear. Ty actually cleared it. you know, and anybody who got in, that was my analysis. I said, take a low risk here. So that was a clear here. And I said, this was the entry. And it came, yeah, it spiked up, but then it dropped down. So that's two successful trades for me, one for Ty, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that was
Well, two, because I took my first trade, but I didn't. I won't call that part of the session though, because
no,
nobody
that
else was able to get in.
I'm counting that one. So it's three. The
Okay.
first one. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm counting that. So we had a successful session, even though it was painful to
Mhm.
find something. But yeah, we found something. We got in AUD But typically the pairs that I actually like to trade as well, it's USD JPY and Euro USD and Euro JPY and AU as well. So USD JPY, AUD USD, and Euro JPY. Because so many pairs, I just pick a couple and try and work with them as best I can. But yeah, any questions? All right, so if we have no questions.
Actually, I do. I'm sorry. I was trying to unmute that thing. So, like I was doing it before, and I really liked doing it with the 30 seconds. Would you recommend? I mean, what is recommendation as far as time? What are we looking at? What would we determine? How would we determine which time to use?
Practice.
Practice. Okay.
Yeah, you practice in a demo, and then you'll determine what works best for you. So I just cleared that one. So when you're doing binary options, you want to practice in a demo account. That's like the demo that I'm using right now. You want to practice in a demo, and when you do that, you'll determine whether 1, 2, 3. This broker does have a 30-second option, which others, I haven't seen that with others. So this broker has that option, right? So there's that. But yeah, you just practice.
Well, because I noticed that, like I said, normally I put it on 30 seconds, but this time I put it on a minute. And had I had it on 30 seconds, I would have lost. But because I had it on a minute, it gave it time to, actually do what I needed it to do. So I was able to get money. So I was just trying to find out. I think I will go ahead and try. Well, I mean, it's just that when it drops, oh my gosh, I start freaking out.
You say that, you're lucky that we're virtual, because if we were in the classroom, I would have to get the ruler. 5 minutes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate all the information, ladies. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This was good. And that's a good question, because we're still actually kind of playing around with the best times. So we both have our, I think even Nakaya too, we have our main accounts in another broker that does allow us to roll over. But some things switched with the way that they allot the time for rollovers. And so then we had to adjust, like where we were very comfortable trading 2 or 3 minutes before, we had to make adjustments because we didn't know if we were going to get all the time that we previously had when we rolled over trades. So it's something that you'll constantly probably readjust as you keep trading. And again, the technique that I use, the strategy that I use is not the one that Alethea uses. And so, but what I have found is that when I'm analyzing on my own, that 1 minute, that's perfect for me. But when I'm taking trades from Alethea, or even when I'm practicing her strategy on my own, I find that 4 minutes fixed time is still what's best for me, even though she and her partner on another call, they go 3 minutes now. But I still find that 4 minutes is what's best for me. And I don't always take the entry as soon as they take it. Alethea knows I like to wait a little bit and wait for a better entry if I can get it. And so, everything is a little bit different for everybody, but like she said, practice, especially when you're doing it on your own. Practice is going to show you. Now, if you're going to be the way that I started as just a good signal taker, like to come in a session like this and kind of just trust someone to, be able to kind of analyze the market correctly and clear more trades than they don't, then you can kind of maybe just go with what they say. But when you're doing it on your own and you don't want to lose your money, you'll take the time to figure it out.
Right. That makes sense.
Right. And there was another opportunity to get in. Oh, and there was another opportunity to get in. Price came right back up to 795. But I'm not getting in any more trades. I'm gonna do my last segments and close out. So I showed you just some basics, but now I want to talk about having a trading plan, because you need to have a plan when it comes to trading. You need to have a plan when it comes to trading. Sorry. Much like anything else in life, if you don't have a clear cut course, you don't know where you're going to end up. And it's the same with trading. You have a trading plan. You start at point A and the goal is, point B. And you're going to take whatever steps daily in order to get there. So to help us with that, we use compounddaily.org. It's a compound calculator. So calculate the daily interest, right? And let's say we start an account with $100. So that's the seed. We're going to plant this seed. And let's say we want to grow it by 8% every day. And let's say we do that for 60 days. And we're not going to pull anything out for those 60 days. So that's 100%. And the market closes at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Friday. It doesn't reopen until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday. So we won't include the weekend, right? So, and compound interest is great because, interest, that's something that if you understand it, you can really earn a lot. If you don't understand it, then you're going to be paying out the wazoo. So let's see how we can make it work for us. If you have $100, 8%, 60 days, not pulling anything out. On day one, you need to make $8. And 8 is just a random number. Let me just say 8 is a random number. You could be targeting 2% for the day. You could be targeting 20% for the day. It's whatever you want to have as your goal. But we know that when you just get started, you can't be aiming for any 20%. You don't know what you're doing. So when you're brand new, you want to target maybe 2 to 4% earning. And 2% may seem like nothing, but consider a checking or savings account at a bank. Are you getting 2% on your money? Are you getting 1%? Yeah. The answer is no. You're getting less than that. You're getting like 0.0025. So be happy.
I'm getting 2% fees.
Exactly. So, and this is a calculator. So we know it's perfect. We're humans, we're not perfect, Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. But let's look at what happens in a perfect model. So if you start with $100 and you compound that 8% every single day for 60 days, you will have over $10,000 at the end, right? $10,125.52 to be exact. And that's broken down in this way. So day one, 8% of $100 is $8. So you just need to make $8 on the first day and stop trading. And I know $8 may seem like nothing, but I just mentioned what you get in a checking or savings account, right? So this is a huge deal. So don't think of it in terms of the dollar amount. Think about it in terms of the percentage that you're actually getting that you wouldn't get elsewhere, right? And day two, now you have $108. So on day two, 8% is now going to be $8.64. So woohoo, 64 cents more. Yes. Wow, securing the bag. Right. So I'm gonna fast forward to day 30. And here, still 8%, but because you're allowing that compound interest effect to happen, 8% is now $74.54. That's awesome, right? There are people that don't make this in a day working, right? And on the last day, 8% is now $750.04. So it's just by being disciplined, having patience, and we saw that on display here today, and, sticking to the plan. There are two times when you stop trading. You stop when you hit your target. You also need to have that number where you say, okay, if I lose X amount, I'm going to stop trading. And you have to be disciplined and stop when that happens. So learning the skill is not difficult, right? And you just saw me get in the market. I put a couple lines and it was successful, right? Yeah, sure. I didn't get in some because I was like, no, I need it to come here. If it doesn't come here, I'm not getting in. And that's you just have to be like that. If it doesn't come, you don't get in. When the opportunity comes, you take the opportunity, but know when to stop, right? Now, wow, I'm like, I'm having a brain freeze. But okay, yes, I was saying, so learning the skill, that's like 10% of it. Actually, you have to work on yourself, work on your patience, work on your discipline. So you just have to transform. Like, um, you have to reinvent yourself when it comes to trading, right? And then you can be a success. There are so many people who know how to trade, but they're not successful traders. There's so many people who are average traders, but they're winning because they know that discipline, right? That's all it boils down to. But yeah, that is going to be it for me for today. Uh Nakaya, I see you went 4-0. I saw you said you went 4-0. That's awesome. That means she had 4 successful trade ideas, right? That's what we love to hear.
Mhm.
Um Also, I see your message. You're saying that this is your last Wednesday. It's been awesome having you with us. Sorry to see you go, but
We'll say last Wednesday for now. She'll be
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah. But yes, we'll find a way to make it through.
No,
We'll try really hard. But yeah,
exactly.
that's gonna be it just for now, right? So that's it for me. Yes, virtual hug. virtual hug. I won't hug though, because I'm contaminated somehow. But yeah, do you have any closing words for us, Ty?
I want to hear some closing words from Nakaya since she's going to be gone for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nakaya, take it away.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's been a pleasure, and I'll still be talking to you guys. It's just I've done a schedule change, and just for a couple months, and then I will be working on my YouTube channel in between time, and just I appreciate you, ladies. It has been fun, and it will continue to be. I hope the new people on here, or even the people that's been on here, pick up something, because I always do.
Your eyelashes are looking lovely in that photo.
Huh?
Your lashes are looking lovely in that
They
photo.
popping, ain't they, child?
They are. Will you drop
That-
your YouTube channel link in the chat
Sure.
so y'all can follow Nakaya? You won't be able to see her here for a couple of months, but you can still keep up with her on her YouTube
Yep.
channel. She's not
Yep,
going
and those
anywhere.
lashes are actually on my channel.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's why I
So,
mentioned it. To give
but
you a
yeah,
signal.
I will be chit-chatting with you guys. I will see you guys at 4:15.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna try. I have someone coming in to look at my alarm system.
Awesome.
So you know how that goes. They come when they want to. But yeah, this is a beautiful session. Bag ladies are really getting these bags. Yes, I did go 4-0. Those wouldn't have been any trades I would have called out because they were truly risky. But I did do low risk. I just, because of the training, I felt a little confident in it. I just wouldn't advise anybody else to take risks like that until they get the knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
All
Thank
righty.
you.
Well, let me say goodbye to everyone out there in YouTube land. We're signing off. I will be streaming again next week, Wednesday, Bag Lady session. Uh, Also, I have content on the Twitter Holic. If you like to hear what's going on Twitter, Ty said what Ty said. She has her vintage scandals over on the Ty said what Ty said channel. Nakaya has Naturally Nakaya. She's into all things natural, chemical free, and she also has Wood and Dye. So yeah, follow